Welcome to the introduction of NavigaAI's latest breakthrough, English Buddy, an English language chatbot. In today's global landscape, effective communication in English is more important than ever. That's why we've developed a comprehensive solution designed to enhance your English language proficiency across all four essential skills: speaking, writing, listening, and reading. Our chatbot is not your typical language assistant. It's a dynamic and adaptive tool meticulously crafted to cater to learners at varying proficiency levels, beginning from starter to advanced level. With features like personalized feedback and get a question, our chatbot guarantees an engaging and interactive learning experience for users of all levels. But wait, there's more. Our innovative Get Fast feedback feature provides insightful evaluations of your spoken responses, helping you identify areas for improvement and effortlessly expand your vocabulary. In the writing section, we've recreated the authentic TOEFL experience, complete with essay evaluations based on established criteria like development, organization, and use of language. You can receive detailed feedback and corrections from our assistants, guiding you towards mastery of written English. And here's the best part. As you engage with our chatbot, your progress is not just limited to the session. In the background, your vocabulary and adjectives are seamlessly integrated into your personal database, ready for download and review at your convenience. Now, let's get started with our application demo that we prepared for Ankara High School. And on the landing page, it welcomes us the speaking feature. In this page, we have um, four features, which are get a question, start speaking, get feedback, and vocabulary dictionary. Uh, on, the, on the top of our application, we can select our English level preferences, and then we can click on get a question, and our assistant would generate a question based on your selected English level with a random question, so that you can do ice breaking via our assistant, or maybe you can start off with start speaking button if you have a topic on your mind already. So let us get a generated question first.
How have recent advancements in commercial space travel revolutionized the way we perceive interstellar exploration? And what implications do these developments have for the future of humanity's presence beyond Earth's atmosphere?
As you've heard, we've received a very futuristic question, but also a very advanced level one. So let's start off with uh, a A1 level uh, preference, and now generate a question to see how to dynamically change our assistant's responses based on the selected level.
What do you think is the best way to save energy at home?
As you can see, our assistant it adapts the way it responds to our uh, questions and generates questions based on the selected level. Let's start off with a very basic conversation to see where it goes. So the latest question we received is, what do you think is the best way to save energy at home? I think one of the best ways to save energy at home is to turn off lights when we do not use them.
That's a great idea. Turning off lights when not in use can definitely help save energy. What other ways do you think we can save energy at home?
So, as you've heard, our response was very basic and also very engaging uh, to help us continue with the conversation with a follow up question. So we received, what other ways do you think we can save energy at home? So we got a follow up question so that the user now has to engage more with more speeches. So this, in a way, helps you to you know continue practice your speaking skills. Now let's say response to this question. Well, I usually work at home and use my computer a lot, so I spend most of my days in my room with all the lights on. So I guess I need some suggestions on saving energy.
That's great that you're looking for ways to save energy. One simple suggestion is to turn off lights when you're not in the room. Have you tried using natural light during the day instead of turning on lights? It can help save energy and also create a nice atmosphere in your room.
Now let's do one more round. Thanks for your advice. I think it's a great idea to use natural light during the day.
You're welcome. I'm glad you liked the idea of using natural light. Have you tried it before? How does it make you feel when you have more natural light in your workspace?
Now, as we know how our model is adaptive to our speech and our preference in terms of level, let's try out how it would give us feedback based on my speech.
You're welcome. I'm glad you like the idea of using natural light. Do you have many windows in your house to
Your
let in
sentences
sunlight?
are clear and well structured. You effectively expressed your thoughts on saving energy and using natural light during the day. To enhance your English speaking skills, try expanding your responses by providing more details or examples. For instance, you could mention specific ways you plan to incorporate natural light into your daily routine. Keep practicing and you'll continue to improve. Great job.
Well, our assistant gave us a very detailed feedback based on our conversation. So it suggested that how we can alternatively say certain sentences or maybe change a certain vocabulary to enhance our way of speaking. And on top of that, here we have vocabulary dictionary tab. When we click on this, we would see our assistant's sentences now converted into adjectives and verbs so that we can use a higher level, or let's just say new vocabulary or adjectives in our new session. And then we can basically see the vocabulary and its description. And the best part of it, we can export this dictionary as Excel file. Now let's move on to the listening part. It's basically as the name suggests, a listening feature. And when we select a level, our model would generate a listening exam with question and answers, and then we're going to, do uh, click on the options and see what we get. As you can see, our model generated 4 questions, and for each question, generated 4 options. Now listen to the our listening exam very briefly.
Listen to a conversation between a student and an advisor.
Good afternoon. How can I help you?
Well, this is my first semester at the university, and I'm kind of having trouble with the classes.
I'm sorry to hear that. Could you explain what you mean by.
Now let's generate a B1 level English exam, listening exam.
Healthcare innovations have revolutionized the way we approach medical treatment and patient care. From advanced technologies to new treatment methods, these innovations have greatly improved the quality of.
Now let's select randomly options to see what we got from this exam, and we only got 1 of 4 correct. And in the background, our answers are saved, and in shortly we'll see where our data is saved in our dashboard. And as you can see, we can see the actual answers when we click on Show Answer button right here. And now let's move on to the reading section. And again, our model will generate a reading exam based on selected levels. So let's just create a E1 level real quick. And it generated successfully. And on the right hand side, we can, uh, and our model successfully generated an English reading exam. And on the right hand side, we can see option and uh, questions. And again, when we click on evaluate questions, after selecting our uh, options, unfortunately we scored 0 out of 4, and here are the actual answers. Now let's move on to our last feature, writing, and let's generate a writing exam. Our writing exam feature is highly inspired by a TOEFL-like experience, so that our users can actually be evaluated, their writings be evaluated based on actual parameters. So in this section, as we click on generate writing exam, our assistant would generate a very brief introduction and a simple question and a hint to how this essay should continue, so that you can get inspired by it, or maybe it would give you an idea. So let me write a very simple essay, and then let's see how our writing evaluation works. I've created a sample writing essay here, and let's see how our evaluation would go. Our assistant successfully generated feedback based on TOEFL evaluation criteria: development of ideas, writing organization, and use of language. I intentionally made some grammar and spelling errors in my writing so that we can see how it actually evaluates objectively. So it starts off with our, ideas are good. However, ideas could be further developed by providing specific example or statistics to support our claim made, and also our use of language is quite easy to understand. However, there are some room for improvements, obviously, because I intentionally made some grammar errors again, and also it successfully noticed that we've made grammar and punctuation errors here. Also, in our writing organization, it suggests that the transition between paragraphs could be smoother, and all that. And on the right hand side, our assistant corrected the errors we made by simply overriding or striking the incorrect ones, and then providing us improved version as the corrected. Now, let's move on to the dashboard, where we can see what we scored in our reading and listening scores, also the feedback we received in our writing and speaking. And then we can basically create a report, a PDF version of our feedback and our written essay, so that if our instructor or uh, teacher teacher asks us to spend some time here and actually generate a report. Here we have uh, a very convenient way to download a PDF file to send it to your teacher or your instructor. So that's about it from our English Body application walkthrough. Thank you so much for listening thus far. If you are interested in our products and projects, check out our website, NavigaAI at navigai.com, and you are more welcome to contact with us. Thank you.